Hi, this is Karen from Soul Whispers Tarot. Welcome back to another reading. This pick a card reading is, are you on this person's mind? So is this person thinking about you? Are they missing you? These are the kinds of questions that we're going to be looking into in this reading. So we have 3 sets of cards, and set of cards number 1 is the blue stone. Set of cards number 2 is the amber, and set of cards number 3 is the red stone. So don't forget that I have 50% off of all my products and services at this time. I don't do private readings, but I have a lot of products which are twin flame related, or how to attract your soulmate, how to attract deep divine love where you are truly cherished. So I have lots of meditations, video teachings, audio books and all things like that. And the 50% off discount, the code is below this video in the description box, and all the details are there. So please check those out. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards, and it is fine to be drawn to more than one set of cards as well. So you can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave a few quiet moments here as well. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So this is set of cards number 1, which is the blue stone. And you have the Tarot del Fuego, if that's how you pronounce it. And we've also got some of the channeled messages postcards, and we're going to look into these messages as well. So are you on this person's mind? Are they thinking about you? Do they miss you? We're going to be looking into all things like that. So you have the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Swords in reverse, Death. So clarifying the 6 of Wands is the 7 of Wands in reverse. Clarifying the Knight of Swords is the Hermit. Clarifying the 10 of Cups in reverse is the Hanged Man in reverse. Clarifying the 3 of Swords is the Queen of Cups in reverse. And clarifying Death is the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so from these Oracle of Visions cards, there's this one which is about balance, and it shows the yin and the yang. I'll put these on that side actually. And you have this one here which is about weaving the energies together, or mending the energies, because there's a sewing machine. Okay, and from the channeled messages postcards we have, I want us to be together. I'm hoping we can align soon. I really am trying hard to heal myself. Please be patient with me. I'm coming back home. So, you know, not all of these postcard messages are like positive and saying, I really want to be with you. So, you know, that's just something to bear in mind. And this one says, I want to hold you. I miss you and long for you. I'm constantly thinking about you and fantasize about us being together. I feel so upset sometimes because I need you so much. I pray that we will be together soon. So you are definitely on this person's mind. I feel like they're thinking about you a lot. They're wanting to mend the connection. They're wanting there to be balance and harmony, and you working together. So For some of you, this could be that you are twin flames, because there is the yin and the yang, the balance of the masculine and the feminine. But also, when I'm seeing these threads here in this card, it's like an eternal bond. And they're wanting healing of this. The rainbow, that's like the colors of the chakras. So energetic healing within you both. But when I think of twin flames, I've often thought that twin flames are like a ball of wool or a ball of yarn. It's like the divine feminine is one end of the yarn, the divine masculine is the other end, but ultimately you're all the same ball of yarn, the same string of yarn. But it's like you're this, what's the word? You're this knotted, it's all knotted in the middle, a knotted ball of yarn. And twin flames are about unraveling the knots, because there is that unbreakable bond, that unbreakable cord between you. And so this person's thinking about you a lot, and they're wanting harmony. They may be wanting to mend the connection with this sewing machine here as well. And yeah, just working together to make things work. So yeah, we start off with the Six of Wands in the Tarot, and this is clarified by the Seven of Wands in reverse. So the Six of Wands is victory after adversary, or victory after a battle. Six is the number of love, so they're wanting victory in love. You know, that they're wanting to heal this energy of the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is more positive in the reverse position. So the Seven of Wands is about defensiveness, power struggles, someone being resistant, someone trying to stand their ground and not being open or vulnerable or going with the flow. But that's what they want to heal. They want to release their resistance, basically. They want to surrender to this connection. They want to open their heart. They're thinking about you, and they want you to see them in a good light, or they want you to see them in a good light again. Perhaps if you start to see them in a bad light, or you start to see some negative things or things which made you feel disheartened. So they're wanting you to look at them in a good light again. There may be I feel like they are working behind the scenes to find this inner balance and this healing within themselves, this inner harmony, so that can translate into harmony within your connection. There's the Knight of Swords clarified by the Hermit. So the Knight of Swords is saying that they're really thinking about rushing in, fighting for your connection, communicating their truth. This is all about action, but it is clarified by the Hermit, which is kind of like a lack of action. But they're going, right now, they're going inwards. They're looking at their inner light. They're trying to figure out how they're going to move your connection forward, how they're going to heal themselves enough to be able to come forward to you and be open and vulnerable. They're really going inwards to try and find their inner harmony, their courage, because it's interesting, this Hermit has the lighthouse here. So, you know, they're trying to navigate forward. They're trying to avoid any rocky kind of situation. So you may not be hearing from them just yet, because, you know, they don't want to come in too soon when there's disharmony and create further conflict. So they're really going inwards. They're trying to plan how to take action. The Hermit also is about, you know, he only has his lantern and his cloak and his walking stick. So it's about leaving behind baggage, and going on this spiritual journey within, following their inner light, following their intuition. So there's the Ten of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse. So there may have been a lack of clarity within this person. They couldn't see clearly what your connection was or how to move forward. And so I feel like that's what that resistance was partly about. Like they just didn't know what to do, or they didn't know what your connection was about. They couldn't see clearly. I feel this person has been afraid afraid of heartbreak, basically, afraid that this happy relationship isn't going to happen or it isn't going to work out, may have fears of rejection, fears of getting hurt, basically, with that Three of Swords in reverse. So yeah, the Ten of Cups, that is all about the happy relationship. That is the conclusion that they want. But in the reverse position with the Hanged Man in reverse, there may have been an element of this person putting you on hold for too long, keeping you waiting for too long, and it's created some kind of breakdown, because there is this Tower here as well on the Ten of Cups, and it looks like it's on fire. So that could be a Tower moment happened because of this person taking too long, or things being too slow to get off the ground. But this is really saying that they feel that you are their dream come true. They want to be with you in this happy relationship. They have some regrets. They're thinking about regrets to do with some kind of Tower moment, is what I'm feeling. And so this is also why it's clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse. This is saying they want to come out of this pause. Your connection may be partly on standstill because of what's going on in the world right now as well. But, you know, they're wanting forward movement. Yeah, the Three of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Cups in reverse. So some of them, they may feel as though they hurt you. They may feel that you're not going to be open and receptive to them if they come forward at this time. So they're going inwards. They may be trying to look at their intuition. You know, what is their intuition telling them about whether they should reach out to you or not. The Three of Swords in reverse can also mean healing the heart. So whatever's happened, they're feeling as though that Tower moment is actually, in the long run, healing for both of you. Because I feel like whatever's happened is triggered up major, like, heartbreak and Tower moments, feeling as though everything's fallen apart, maybe feeling abandoned, rejected, betrayed, something like that. But the Queen of Cups in reverse, you know, it led to emotional instability. It led to feelings of heartbreak. I feel like this is within both of you. But also it's in the reverse position. It's like those swords can fall out of the heart. Swords are about mind and perception. So I do feel for many of you there was an element of looking to each other too much for feeling lovable. Looking too much to each other for validation, not knowing your own worth, kind of thing. So there may have been a need for separation. You may have had to both walk away temporarily in order to do that inner healing, to find that balance, that strength within, that union with your self-love, within yourselves first. Because the Queen of Cups in reverse can represent emotional instability that's triggered up, you know, when our pain body, when our wounds are triggered. But ultimately, whatever's in that cup will fall out of the cup in order for your heart to open again. You know, whatever heartbreak's been triggered, it's in order to bring it up to the surface, so you realize that heartbreak is there, those wounds of abandonment and rejection, which were there before this person triggered them up. Hence why I feel like both of you were looking too much to each other to sort of heal that inner wound when there was the need to do that within. So it's emptying out the blocks within your heart in order for you both to be open and truly surrender to receive love. You're receiving this self-love. You're having much more self-love, so you can, you know, have that mirrored back to you. Whatever vibration we become is what we attract into our life. And so there's been a purging of wounds, basically. And this person is feeling that there's been some kind of death, some kind of ending within the connection, but death is about rebirth. It's endings of the old so there can be a new beginning. This person is trying to keep the relationship afloat with this Two of Pentacles. They're trying to keep it going, even though it feels a bit like a struggle at this time. They're really hoping that this connection isn't just going to slip through their fingers. I do feel like they have regrets. I want us to be together. I hope we can align soon. I really am trying hard to heal myself. Please be patient with me. I'm coming home. And I want to hold you. I miss you and long for you. I'm constantly thinking about you and fantasize about us being together. I feel so upset sometimes because I need you so much. I pray that we will be together soon. So yeah, this person is definitely thinking about you. They feel deep longing for you. So let's look into these messages here. I'm just seeing I want you back at the top there. Okay. So are you on this person's mind? What are they thinking? This one wanted to come out. Hiding my feelings. So yeah, they are thinking about you, but they have trouble, or struggles when it comes to expressing their emotions. I'm sensing a deep feeling of longing within this person that has been ongoing. And so yeah, they're hiding their feelings because they've been afraid of heartbreak. This person may be suffering from self-esteem issues and they don't feel good enough. The Queen of Cups in reverse. This is an energy of having difficulty in receiving love. But there is healing that is going on. There is transformation. But yeah, they have some regrets about hiding their feelings. And that's why there is this Knight of Swords here. They want to race forward. They want to express themselves. But I feel as they're still healing that anxiety about doing that. A deep fear of rejection is what they're overcoming. We have Heaven on Earth. So they feel completely uplifted by you and the connection. They feel euphoric. You've elevated this person to a whole new level. This is a deep spiritual awakening. They feel much more connected to the divine, and this is connecting them to their soul truth, who they truly are, in all incarnations, their true identity. So this is what's creating this inner union within themselves, the remembrance of who they truly are, where they naturally know their worth. So this is creating healing within themselves and with you. It's like the yin and the yang, both of you healing and coming into harmony, and then your different aspects like really merging into one, like those threads are being weaved together. Intimidated. So yeah, this person's intimidated by this connection because they feel like they could be crushed at any moment. They feel like they could be completely devastated. So they were trying to avoid heartbreak, but it's almost like when they were avoiding it, the universe had to step in and create a tower moment because, they could not avoid healing the wounds and the fears of abandonment, and it had to happen because they had to face that wound, whether they embraced it openly or whether they resisted it. It's part of the soul contract to heal that wound, and so it happened. And again, that could be on both sides. They feel intimidated by you as well, is what I'm sensing, because you can see into them, into their depth, into their truth. You see beyond their masks. And it's scary being that vulnerable. Panic. So this person is panicking that it's completely the end. They're hoping they can still keep things going within the connection. They're hoping there's still going to be momentum and forward movement in the connection. But they also panic They panic about expressing their feelings, and that's why they hide them, because they feel intimidated, because you make them feel like heaven on earth, or they feel like you are heaven on earth. And you know that has made them put so much pressure on the connection, so much pressure on themselves. You know, they're trying to avoid loss. You know, they're trying to avoid the pain of experiencing loss. But I feel like your bond is infinite. So the sense of loss, the sense of abandonment is an illusion. And therefore, this illusion of loss has already happened between you by some Tower moment, but it's in the long run, it's revealing to you both that the connection is infinite. You know, because despite whatever's happened, this connection is still there. It's still strong. The unconditional love is still there, and you're still moving forward. Taken for granted. So yeah, there may have been issues where you feel like this person took you for granted, or maybe you both took each other for granted, because there is this infinite bond and you both knew it. You both knew your twin flames. And so maybe both of you are kind of staying in your comfort zones somewhat, and something major had to happen to release like the comfort zones, release the things you were holding on to stay in those comfort zones that was blocking the connection. So a couple more messages. Life or death. Yeah, it feels like a life or death situation to this person, whether you are with them and love them and validate them, or whether you abandon them, reject them, leave them. But like I said, it's an illusion. But those illusions are playing out on the surface, and it can seem so real that there's an ending here, but it's to break down the illusions so there can be that heart awakening, and therefore a realization, because to me the intuition comes from the heart. So that heart awakening through the pain of the illusion of loss and abandonment and rejection is ultimately revealing the truth to you both, that this is infinite. One final message. Taking action. That's an amazing message to finish with. This person is thinking about how to take action. Like I said, right now they're going inwards. They're planning what they're going to do. They may have much more time on their hands with what's going on in the world right now, to really go inwards and really see clearly and plan the action steps that they're going to take in the near future. So please check out my other readings. I have tons on here on my playlists about how this person's feeling about you, what's going to happen between you, and all things like that. So please check those out. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications. That will notify you every time I release a new reading. And if you would like additional readings every single week, which are exclusive to my email subscribers, then please sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to set of cards number 2. So this is set of cards number 2, which is the Amber. So are you on this person's mind? We're going to look into the tarot, the oracle. We have some handwritten postcards with channeled messages on, and then we're going to look into these messages as well. So are you on this person's mind? Are they thinking about you at this time? Are they missing you, and all things like that? So you have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the Magician in reverse, the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9 of Swords in reverse. So clarifying the 4 of Pentacles in reverse is the 9 of Wands. That's the Nine of Swords. I don't know if I said Nine of Wands. The Magician in reverse is clarified by the Ace of Wands in reverse. Interesting. The Ten of Wands is clarified by Judgment. The Eight of Wands is clarified by the Star. And the Nine of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Three of Cups in reverse. So from the Oracle of Visions deck, we have this one here, which is all about illusions. And this one here, which is about patience and waiting for the right moment. And from the Channeled Messages postcards, we have, you need and deserve someone more mature than me. I could never give you what you deserve. It's not personal. I just don't know how to love myself. And then the second one says, there's been so many obstacles in our way that I couldn't see a logical way to make it work. I decided to cut my losses and move in a different direction. I still love you. So, are you on this person's mind? I feel like you are on this person's mind. They do think about you, but right now I feel as though they're trying to distract themselves. I do feel as though they're trying to move on, but what I'm sensing is it's kind of in vain, because deep down I feel like their emotions are always going to be there, and their emotions are going to resurface in the next few months or the next few weeks for some of you. But I do feel they're trying to distract themselves, because they do feel like there has been so many obstacles, or they feel like so much water has gone under the bridge, that they're wondering, you know, if it's better to just cut their losses and move on. And they don't feel good enough, you know, you deserve someone more mature than me. They may feel like the worst of themselves have kind of been triggered up in this connection. Maybe aspects of themselves they didn't even know were there subconsciously within themselves. Basically their wounded inner child was triggered a lot, is what I'm feeling, and it caused some pain body kind of reactions rather than you know, we can react rather than respond, sort of thing. You know, this person, I felt emotionally all over the place, and I feel like that intimidated them, because they like to feel kind of in control of their emotions, and when it came to you, they just didn't feel like they could control their emotions. And so I'm sensing this is why at times they may have kept you at arm's length, because they were trying to appear strong, and they didn't want to be overtaken by this roller coaster of emotions that they were feeling in truth. So there's the Four of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Nine of Wands. So to me, this is saying that this person is trying to release your connection. They may have held on to your connection for a long time, but they had boundaries and walls up at the same time. But now I feel like they're tricking themselves. They're under this delusion or illusion that they're letting you go. But, you know, deep down in the subconscious, they're still holding on tightly to the connection. They're still, because this is about being possessive. This is holding on to what you've already got. So there's this appearance on the surface, or they may be trying to trick you. They may be trying to make out that they're moving on, they're not thinking about you, but it's a trick, it's an illusion. Because it's interesting that there's this card here, which is almost like the Magician, but this one is about creating illusions, and the Magician is in reverse, which also has the meaning of illusions, deception. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, this person, their pride may be bruised. They may have fears that you're going to see them as weak. They have fears of wearing their heart on their sleeve. So I feel like they're denying their emotions. And partly they're trying to deny their emotions to themselves. I feel like something happened where they felt rejected. And it's hard for them to swallow. And so it's almost feels safer in the ego, which we all have. It feels safer in the ego to pretend to themselves that they don't want you anyway, they don't need you, and maybe it's best if you go your separate ways. But like deep down, it's like they're just trying to avoid how the ego's been bruised, how that pain body's been triggered, the feelings of abandonment and rejection, basically. Even though I feel like it's all an illusion, I feel like there's a lack of communication here. So both of you have not really known where you stand. You've both had doubts about the other person's feelings for you, and both had fears of rejection is what I'm feeling. But because of a lack of communication, a lack of being open and vulnerable and authentic, then that's kind of not been resolved. So yeah, the Magician in reverse clarified by the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is saying that this person is wanting to manifest a new beginning. These are both about manifestation. They are wanting to manifest a new beginning deep down. But again, they feel like there's been so many obstacles and delays that they may be just trying to throw in the towel right now. But like I said, they're not being true with themselves, and so their emotions are going to resurface again in the near future. And they may be given this appearance that they are throwing in the towel, because the Nine of Wands is about perseverance. This is the wounded warrior. They do have their defenses up, but they're still holding on. They're still battling on deep down. So what was I going to say about this? Yeah. They've been wanting to manifest this new beginning, this connection, get it off the ground, or, manifesting the confidence to be open with you and all things like that. But because there's been so many obstacles or delays, because there is this waiting card and the time not being right, they may have become disheartened. They may feel like, oh, it's never going to work out. And they're afraid of like waiting around forever or putting their life on hold and missing out on living their life, which isn't a bad thing to feel that way. But, when we feel like something isn't going to work out, sometimes we can have this self-protection mechanism in the ego where we start saying to ourselves, oh, well, I don't think I really want that anyway. And, we try and convince ourselves that we don't want what we truly want, because then it feels easier to digest than feeling as though we really, really want something, but we can't have it. And so this person's trying to soften the blow of feeling all this disheartenment by trying to pretend to themselves that they don't want this anyway. But it's an illusion, The more they're under this illusion, the more it's going to feel like they're carrying around heavy burdens. The heavy burdens of basically not being true to themselves, the struggle of being in resistance, the struggle of trying to swim against the stream, because there's judgment. This is awakening. This is a soul calling. This is calling this person to release their resistance and just surrender. So in a way, Spirit is actually saying that them trying to walk away at this time, it is a good thing, because they are trying to get into this place of surrender. I don't feel like they consciously realize that, but this surrender is needed in order for the manifestation to truly come in, or this surrender is needed for them to stop basing their happiness solely on this connection, which I feel is what they were doing in the past, and it wasn't healthy. It was codependent. So in the long run, they are releasing codependency. And judgment is like the rebirth. It's the weight off their shoulders. And then there can be manifestation and healing of the connection. So 8 of Wands is rapid movement. Like I said, it is the manifestation coming in. It's communication. And the Star is the healing. It is going with the flow of the soul contract. But yeah, right now I feel like this person is trying to avoid overthinking about you or thinking too much about this, but they are still. It's a struggle for them to stop thinking about this connection with the 9 of Swords in reverse. And there's the 3 of Cups in reverse. So this person may be doing other things to try and distract themselves. So this is third-party situation. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to get with someone else. I'm actually seeing this third-party situation is they're trying to bring something else into their life. It could be drinking. It could be, when they're not in lockdown, before lockdown and maybe after lockdown. It could be like overly socializing, or it doesn't have to mean that. It can mean some kind of indulgence in something else just to try and stop their mind from overthinking about you and this connection. You need and deserve someone more mature than me. I can never give you what you deserve. It's not personal. I just don't know how to love myself. So yeah, this person has been struggling with knowing that they're good enough. And so I feel like they may be running away from that pain of feeling that they're unworthy. There's been so many obstacles in our way that I couldn't see a logical way to make it work. I decided to cut my losses and move in a different direction. I still love you. And that's going to resurface, I feel like this is happening for a reason, and it's to do with surrender, which is a good thing, which is like getting out of our own way in order for the manifestation to come in. It's like releasing codependency, which is a fear-based energy, in order to rise up into a higher vibration, to allow the love to come in. So let's look into these messages here. Shaking, sweaty, stuttering. Okay, so this person has felt very intimidated by you. This is the card of feeling really nervous in your presence, and they may have been shaking, they may have been sweating and stuttering and all things like that, and that you just make them feel so intensely that it almost scares them, like they've not felt this way before, or they don't want to appear to be weak. Like they see that as a weakness, and I feel like this person has an image that they try to portray, especially with the magicians in reverse. This is like an image, they're trying to appear confident, like the magician, maybe even appearing a little bit cocky or arrogant. And so the last thing that they're wanting is to reveal themselves as shaking and sweating and stuttering and panicking. And so I feel this has been a major contributing factor into why they may have kept their distance from you at times, to try and hide that. They're trying to put on a show where they appear much more confident than what they actually feel. Incompatible. So yeah, this is what this person is thinking. They're thinking you need and deserve someone more mature. There's been so many obstacles. So they're thinking at this time that maybe you're just not compatible. Maybe it's just not going to work out. And so that's why they're trying to move in a different direction. But those feelings are going to resurface in the near future. I'm strongly feeling that. What's this one? Social media. So yeah, this person, what I'm initially feeling with that is that they, oh my God, this is what this card is about. This says illusions, and it says about creating illusions through social media. I read the meaning before doing this reading, and yeah, it mentions social media, how we can display like a good side of our life, or try and make our life look more exciting, or try and, you know, be what we want other people to see us as on social media. And so this person's definitely wearing masks. And it's almost like they're afraid of that shattering. They could be creating like a false like profile or something online, just try and stalk you online. They could be trying to pretend that they're moving on from you online, or just obsessing over your social media, or very much worried about how they appear on their social media. Don't wait. Yeah, so this person is thinking that they shouldn't be waiting for things to improve. And this is a good thing. This is about surrendering. This is saying that you both need to surrender. You both need to keep living your life, and that will help to heal like all the pressure that's been placed upon this connection to be the source or the main source of your happiness as individuals. I feel like separation is happening at this time, so you both have an opportunity to work on becoming whole and happy and fulfilled in your individual lives. So you're not holding on to each other and this connection too tightly for your happiness. You know, this connection needs to be just one slice of the pie of your life and not the whole pie. I want to be like you. Oh my God. So yeah, this is what this illusions and putting on a mask and an image, and maybe the social media may be involved with this. I want to be like you. So they may be kind of playing out, through like social media, we can just portray an image of ourselves. So we can kind of, some people feel like they can kind of live a fantasy version of themselves through social media. And so this person may be just trying to be like you, or on their social media share things that are similar to what you share or what you like. That was really going to resonate with some of you. So a couple more messages. Broken heart. So yeah, I feel like their heart is broken because they may have these feelings that it's not going to work out, that you're incompatible. They're afraid of being really heartbroken. So they're taking space right now. They're trying to find that inner balance within themselves again, which is good. They need some distance to create that. So one final message. Hoping and praying. So yeah, deep down they are hoping and praying for a reconciliation, a new beginning, for things to work out in the end between you. And yeah, those feelings are going to resurface on a much deeper level. in the next few weeks or months is what I'm feeling. So please check out my other videos, look at my playlists. I have tons of videos about how is this person feeling about you, what they want to happen, what is going to happen, and all things like that. So check those out. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on and click the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. If you would like an additional reading every single week, which are exclusive to my email subscribers, then please also sign up to those by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much, and I'll move on to set of cards number 3. So this is set of cards number 3, which is the red crystal. So are you on this person's mind? Are they thinking about you? Do they miss you? That's what we're going to be looking into in this reading. And we've got the Mermaid Tarot. We've got the Oracle of Visions Oracle. And we've also got some of the channeled messages postcards that are handwritten by me. And then we're going to look into these messages as well. Okay, so are you on this person's mind? So you have the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and she has tears in her eyes. The 9 of Swords, intense energies. The 6 of Wands in reverse. Wow. So clarifying the 5 of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Clarifying the 3 of Swords, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Clarifying the Queen of Swords, we have the Fool in reverse. Clarifying the 9 of Swords, we have the 10 of Swords. And clarifying the 6 of Wands in reverse, we have the 4 of Wands. And yeah, this extra card came out as well, which I felt was relevant, and it's the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so from the Oracle of Visions, you have this one here, which is about nurturing. And we have this one, which is all about reminiscing what am I talking about? Reminiscing about the past. And this person is literally looking at a projector of photos about a past lover. And this is so interesting. This image here on the projection is also one of the other cards in this deck, and it's the farewell card. It shows a woman saying goodbye to her love. She's holding a love letter and a rose, but it's about farewell. So yeah, this person is definitely thinking about you. If there's been some kind of breakup or you had to walk away or say goodbye to this person, they're definitely thinking about you. They may be looking at old photos, or they may be looking at your social media, thinking about you from afar, definitely. So the postcards say, I pray that the universe will bring us back together again. I just want all the obstacles to fall away so we can unite. I feel very down about our separation. Wow. And then the final one says, I really miss you. I panic every time I think I may have lost you. Life isn't the same without you. I want you back in my life. I'm praying that we get a second chance. So yeah, you are definitely on this person's mind. And there's such intense energies in the tarot as well. Wow. So we start off with the 5 of Cups. This is all about them thinking about the loss of your connection. There was a farewell. They really miss you. They're hoping there's a second chance. They're hoping that you can get back together. So yeah, and this is what the 5 of Cups is about. There's been some kind of ending between you. This is about regrets, sadness. They're mourning the loss of what you once had, but there's 2 cups that are still upright behind them. So they're still hoping and praying that you can have the 2 of Cups energy, which is a happy, balanced relationship coming back together. In the traditional tarot, the 2 of Cups card shows the man reaching out and touching the feminine's cup. So they're wanting to reach out to you. They're wanting to express their feelings to you, but they may be feeling that now is not the right time exactly, because it is clarified by the Ace of Swords in reverse. They're worried that they hurt you, because the Queen of Swords is crying. They feel like they may have hurt you. They feel like they may have made a fool out of themselves with the Fool in reverse. Maybe they didn't take a leap of action. Maybe they weren't being open and revealing their emotions. You know, maybe they weren't taking action with the Ace of Swords in reverse, and now they're regretting it because it caused some heartbreak within you, and they're feeling heartbreak as well because they feel like their dreams have been shattered. They may feel regrets because they felt like they shattered your dreams and created like loads of heartbreak all around. For some of you, there may have been some kind of third party situation. Doesn't necessarily mean someone else, but it could mean they just chose a different direction, or they chose to stay in their comfort zone or hold on to something which was holding them back from being able to take a leap of faith with you. They didn't take a leap of faith. It created heartbreak. So yeah, the reason why I said third party situation is because there is the Three of Swords and those 3 cups that have been spilt over. So they're definitely thinking about you. They know they need to release whatever it was that they basically used as an excuse to not come forward. This person fears heartbreak. They fear that you could shatter their dreams. They fear that you could create heartbreak within them, because it's almost like they feel like they're this little vulnerable child and you're the mother energy. There may have been like this mother-child kind of dynamic between you. Not necessarily. This could literally just mean that they feel really fragile, like this baby. They feel like they need you, and therefore they're so afraid of abandonment. They're so afraid of needing you that much, because if it doesn't work, then they will feel totally destroyed with this 10 of Swords. So they have major fears. Look, that's a 9 of Swords, which is worries, sleepless nights. They have fears of being stabbed in the back. They also have fears that you may have felt like they stabbed you in the back because they basically ran away from the connection. They may have used something else or someone else as an excuse to run away. You know, they may have tried to soften the blow. You know, if you know your person did get with someone else, they subconsciously ran to someone else to soften the blow of feeling this heartbreak of running away. But at the same time, they just felt like they couldn't embrace this connection fully in case you didn't like the real them, or things didn't work out, or you ended up abandoning or rejecting them. So it's like they ran away before that was even a possibility, because then it feels like, you know, if you reject them because they ran away, then they can feel as though you rejected them because of their actions, not you rejected them because they got close and you didn't like the real them. But also, in many cases, I'm feeling like you've held on to this person for a long time, so they felt like they could just walk away or run away and you'd still be there for them. They could still, you know, go towards you when they felt more comfortable in the future, because they felt like you would still be there, or this connection would still be there. But yeah, for some, there may have been a parent-child dynamic. There may have been some codependency where they were depending on you so much. You were helping to heal their inner child wounds. And in a way, it's like maybe you became like their surrogate mother. Maybe you loved them unconditionally more than what they felt their own mother did, or something like that. And you wanted to be there for this person. You wanted to nurture them. You wanted to protect them. But I feel like codependency happened, like they needed you. But, you know, the grown-up kind of figure, the parent kind of figure is going to be the one that has much more to offer in terms of nurturing and healing the other person. And then the other person is, you know, is going to be there in the way of the child kind of energy, but they're not going to be able to give back equally. So there may have been that kind of dynamic, and it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like blown up in everyone's faces, like some kind of tower moment. But it's because this wasn't like a connection of equals. There was a major imbalances going on within the connection, whereas your heart and soul, you know, is wanting you both to be in balance within yourself so you can have a balanced relationship, balance the give and take, you know, healing the inner child wounds within ourselves. So this person is thinking about you a lot. They fear taking a leap of action right now because they may think you're going to be like this Queen of Swords and tell them where you're going to tell them exactly what you think, and you're going to be angry at them, and you're going to cuss this person to the ground, or just, you know, have cutting words, which may be very honest. You'll speak the truth about how they need to, you know, come out of this kind of childlike energy, and they have to grow up now. They have to become more mature. So I feel like this is why some separation occurred, because they were looking to you too much to be like a crutch in their life. But this was kind of enabling them to stay in their comfort zone. But this kind of dynamic was also enabling you to keep wearing a mask. You know, you may not have been honoring your own needs. You may have been wearing the mask of being very kind and very nurturing. Sorry. So yeah, you may not have been honoring your own needs. You may have been sweeping certain things under the rug, or kind of settling for things that maybe you shouldn't have been settling for, like you deserved more. But wearing that kind of overly nurturing kind of mask made you feel like you had to keep giving unconditionally, but perhaps it was to the point of burning yourself out, or not having healthy boundaries. There may have been confusion about what unconditional love means to you, and there was a lack of boundaries or something like that. And so a separation had to occur in order for more clarity to come into both of your awareness as individuals about how you may have both been contributing to things not like developing in a healthy way. So the 9 of Swords clarified by the 10 of Swords. So this person, they're having sleepless nights, they have intense anxiety, they're worried that this is the complete ending of your connection. They're worried that you've moved on from them, or that you no longer love them. They're worried that they stabbed you in the back or something like that. They weren't worried that you won't ever forgive them. And they're worrying about this ending, the ending that's happened. But like I said, I do feel it is for good reasons. It's to release the codependency. So they are thinking about you all the time. They're reminiscing about the past. They're mourning the loss of what you once had. They're wanting to come back and have things be much more harmonious this time around. They're hoping for reconciliation. So the 6 of Wands in reverse, they feel like they've fallen off that horse, or it's a seahorse in this deck. They feel like they've fallen from grace. They've, you know, it's like they were trying to create some kind of image to try and impress you, or try and make out that they were more confident than what they were, or they were just feeling on cloud 9 when you were really nurturing them. And then, yeah, some kind of tower moment happened, some kind of ending, some kind of shocking like heartbreak that really shook up this dynamic and turned it all upside down. Has made them fall off the horse. They may be feeling foolish because they've become very aware of some of the mistakes they made. But they're wanting this reconciliation of the Four of Wands. This is the marriage card. It's often known as the twin flame card as well, because the wands look like 11. And it looks like he's proposing to her. So it's interesting because he's a human and she's a mermaid. So it's like this person wants to bridge the gap between your differences. They're wanting to reconnect. And look, there's all these people celebrating up here. They want to take your connection further. 4 is about stability. They want to have another chance to create a new beginning that's much more stable, much more honest, in terms of you've both been more honest with yourselves. You see beyond some illusions that were keeping you stuck in an unhealthy dynamic. Wanting to bring this connection forward in a much more genuine, wise way. Like you've both had awakenings and hindsight about a lot of things. So yeah, this was the extra card which came out as well. Page of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is like saying they want to communicate their truth, but right now they fear that you're not going to receive what they have to say. Because look, he looks like he's debating or deliberating. He's wondering what to do. He's worrying. Or it could also be that it's just not quite the right time, and there still needs to be the healing, certain understandings being reached, much more harmony within yourselves as individuals. I pray that the universe will bring us back together again. I just want all the obstacles to fall away so we can unite. I feel very down about our separation. They feel very down because they're missing this nurturing energy. They're missing the dynamic in a certain way. They're missing the closeness that you had in a certain way, but also they realize the mistakes that maybe both of you made. And they know that those have to be changed and healed if your connection is going to come back together in a harmonious way. I really miss you. I panic every time I think I may have lost you. So yeah, that's exactly what that is about. Sleepless nights, worrying about the loss of your connection. Life isn't the same without you. I want you back in my life. I'm praying that we get a second chance. Okay, so let's look into these messages here. We belong together. So yeah, they feel that you're twin flames, or you're the one for them, basically. They can't get you off of their mind, because in their heart, in their soul, they feel that you are meant to be together. They feel that you have this marriage of the soul. This is like the divine marriage, the twin flame energy of the divine masculine and feminine as one. Different paths. So yeah, right now you're going down different paths individually. But I feel like the paths, when the time is right, will lead back to you having this reconciliation. But yeah, you needed also to go down a different path in this connection, not keep going in the same cycle, in the same unhealthy dynamic, which caused the breakdown of the connection, or breakdown of the 3D dynamic in the first place. Heart on. So this is about arousal due to love, basically. So they're feeling a lot of passion for you. They may be having these desires and fantasies about you. Yeah. Sorry, I just felt like they're having these fantasies about you, and then my eye was just looking at this card where it's looking at the photos. Yeah, separation had to occur for these changes to happen. the healthy changes, the surrender basically. Broken heart, yeah. Separation, broken heart. So they're broken-hearted about this separation that has happened because they feel that you belong together. So a couple more messages. I feel too much for you. So yeah, this is what scared them. The fear that you could crush them at any moment because they feel like they need you too much, and they feared the separation, they feared the Ten of Swords, the abandonment, the loss, they feared the broken heart. They felt like they wouldn't be able to heal their heart if you separated. Trust issues. So yeah, this person didn't know how to trust the connection, didn't know how to trust the universe, didn't know how to trust your love for them, maybe as well. And so they just had a lot of fears, and those fears were going over and over in their mind, and it was causing them to stall and hold back from taking a leap of faith. But this is what is healing. This is what this time apart is making them become aware of, so they can heal those things within themselves. So please check out my other videos. Go on my playlists. I have tons of readings about how does this person feel, what's going to happen between you both, and all things like that. So go check those out. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading, which at this time is about every other day. I also do an additional reading for my email subscribers, so if you want to receive those, please sign up by clicking on the link below this video. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.